and I won't mention any names, but let's just say that supposedly a certain family member wrote a book that is supposed to be pornographic. So I think you could probably figure it out from there. So in honor of that cast, we here at the Brorons are bringing you what we like to call Contrived Podcast Theater.
Daryl, why are we here?
We're here because my 80-year-old neighbor lady with dementia has written an erotic novella.
Erotica? You mean a dirty book? Why?
Cindy, Rob, thank you for joining me. I can't think of two other people I would rather be reading erotic literature with than you two.
Dude, what's wrong with you?
This does seem kind of sick. So, how did you acquire this erotic novella?
Well, I was at my neighbor's house rummaging around for loose change and expensive jewelry, and I noticed this manuscript on her table. I walked right out the door with it, but she didn't notice.
So you stole it?
Well, she has dementia.
I love the music.
Okay, folks. Well, this podcast is going to be pretty simple. I'm going to read a chapter a week of this book that I pretended to get from my neighbor, and then we're going to poorly mock it and fake laugh.
What's the name of this book?
Well, the short version is Willie Winked. Or do you want me to read the full title?
Yes, read the full title.
Willie Winked, how a young Cyclops slept his way to the top of General Sal's chicken, lo mein, crab rangoon, and then the rest appears to just be unintelligible garble.
That doesn't make any sense.
Well, she has dementia. Oh, one-eyed Willie.
Yeah.
Okay, let's start. Chapter 1. Willie winked. A bead of sweat slowly rolled down his back as he stood in front of the sexiest boss he had ever had.
Oh, wow. That's hot.
Miss Kerfuffle eyed the monocular giant up and down for a minute as he stood anxiously before her. She had never seen a Cyclops dong before, but she planned to today.
She said dong.
Miss Kerfuffle stood and walked around Willie before she stated, "Take off them clothes, you one-eyed freak show, and let me see what you're packing." Willie winked. He knew he should do as she told him. After all, his sales of corkscrew condoms had been down as of late, and he couldn't afford to lose the best job he had ever had.
Corkscrew condoms.
Kinky.
Oh, it gets better. As Willie dropped trowel, he thought about how his underwear had been digging into his ass crack, and he thought this would be a good time to dig them out. Miss Kerfuffle seemed pleased as she stared at the bulge in Willie's underpants, which appeared to be roughly the size of one of those giant burrito Californias you get at that Mexican restaurant on the corner of Main Street. You know, that one with the huge sombrero over the door and has the really good salsa. I remember when me and Ethel went down to the racetrack that time and showed Bobby Labonte our boobs. He said they looked like two flapjacks cooked in a waffle iron.
What the hell?
Well, she has dementia.
That's great. We should do it every week.
And that concludes Chapter 1. Join us next time for more Contrived Podcast Theater.
We should make fun of this one podcast for at least 3 episodes and then move on.